Overthinking is killing your progress. You spend so much time stuck in that head of yours that opportunities pass you by. And you know what the worst part is? You know it's happening, but you can't stop it. And I'm not gonna lie, that was me. I used to sit there with 10 different options, analyzing every angle, and in the end, I either did nothing or I quit too soon. And I thought I had a motivation problem, but really I had a decision problem. And that's probably you right now. You got goals you want to hit, maybe a business you want to build, or a life change you just been putting off because you cannot make a decision. You're paralyzed by too many choices. You start, then you second guess, and you never get nowhere. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you a simple 3-step framework to stop overthinking and make decisions faster. So you can cut the noise, commit, and finally move forward. Recently, one of the biggest decisions I had to make in my life was deciding to stay in school all 4 years versus graduating early and entering the real world. And I'm not gonna lie, this decision took a lot of analyzing and playing out every possible scenario. And not to mention, I only had 24 hours to make this decision. Because I came into school with a lot of credits. I came into school always ahead. Like, I've always been ahead. Like, honestly, I've always had 15, 18, 21 credit hours while in school, high school, college. So I've been on track this whole time to graduate 3 years instead of 4 years. Now, really, I'm not gonna lie, when I came into school, I was really gonna graduate in 2 years, but then I moved to 3. But then, look at me, I'm doing 4. And that decision took a lot out of me. Like, I remember the day I was sitting there, I was at an event, and when I left, I was like, I really felt the Lord put on my heart, I'm gonna have to stay all 4 years. Like, I need to. I need this extra season of development. I need it before walking into the real world. And on another term, when it comes to making hard decisions, I remember I just ran half a marathon. I ran half the marathon on accident. But in the midst of me running that marathon, half a marathon, I came to a decision that I was gonna finish. That no matter what, through all the pain, everything I experienced in that moment, I was gonna finish, no matter what. But going back to me staying all 4 years in that moment, overthinking did more harm than good. I had no time to overthink. So I was put in a position to where I had to make a decision quick, fast, but a calculated decision. I almost let the opportunity slip because I was stuck by indecision. I remember sitting down on my floor. I remember talking to my mentor, it was just me, my God, and while I was at the school, my mentor. Nobody knew about this. But I was stuck in the indecision. I remember praying to God about it. And then eventually all my worries began to slip away. I began to meditate on Proverbs 3:5. Proverbs 3:5 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding. And moving into verse 6, acknowledge him in all your ways and he will make your path straight. He will reveal his ways to you. And eventually I made the decision. I killed all other options and I pursued that decision. I remember waking up the next morning, confident, but really almost in real disbelief that I was really doing this. Because imagine, this whole time I've been on track of wanting to graduate in 3 years, and the Lord interrupted my plans right then and there. And then it was like, many are plans of a man's heart, but it's the Lord's purpose that will prevail. And that happened to me. But just imagine what it took to make that decision. I had no room for choices. So that morning, I walked into my management department. I dropped my classes where I could stay all 4 years. And people looked at me crazy. Family looked at me crazy, thought I was crazy. But once that decision was made, it was final. It was no turning back. Now, when we think about the word decision, right? It comes from the Latin word decidere. Decidere. Forgive me, I don't speak Latin, but decidere. The D means to off. Cadere means to cut off, the verb for cutting off. Now, In this framework, when you're making a decision, the framework is D, K, P. Step by step. D, it means to decide. Decide means to cut off all other options. This is not the same thing as a choice. Many people in our lives, many people live with choices. They leave other options on the table. When I was going to run that marathon, when I made the decision in my mind to run that half a marathon, I had no other choice. I had no other option. The only thing I made up in my mind was I was going to finish. I was not stopping until I hit 3.1 miles. Choices you leave on the table. Decisions are made and your mind is made up. You make this up in your mind that I'm going to see this to completion. I am going to finish this. I made up in my mind that I was going to stay in school all 4 years. What in your life do you need to make a decision about? What are you being overwhelmed with choices? Instead, you need to make a decision. Decide you're going to pursue the target. Decide you're going to do it. Stop having choices saying I'm going to do this or maybe this or maybe this. No. Live with decisions. K, kill. Now, deriving from the word career, you eliminate all other options. You kill the other options and leave yourself to that one option. Killing off decisions will involve you to think about the path. But once you come to a conclusion, all other opinions, all other paths, they cease to exist because you killed them off. Think about it. When the word decision, right? Side, the CIDE, when you think of pesticides, what are they doing? They're killing off all these other things. So therefore, in a decision, when you decide, you kill off those other options and you pursue that one option that's on your mind. You block out everybody else's opinion, you block out what everybody else thinks, and you decide on what you want to do. You kill off their opinion and you listen to your own. And then lastly, pursue. You pursue that one option. You do not turn back. Once that decision is made in your mind, you see it to completion. And that's whatever you do. In school, in business, in work, going to the gym, in running. You pursue it and you don't turn back. You don't relent on that decision. I think about this even with Christ. Our God only works to completion. Philippians chapter 1 verse 6. The one who began a good work in you will see it to completion. If God will see us to completion, he takes the time to sanctify us, to see us into completion. Why should I not do the things he has called me to do to completion? Why should I turn back on the things he's called me to do? Why should I turn back on the assignment or the calling of my life? To see it to completion, to pursue it, to let go of the things of the former, let go of the things of the past and see what's in front of me to completion, because I made the decision to do it and I killed off all those other options. The only thing that's left is for me to pursue. Now, I made that decision to graduate in 4 years versus 3 years. I made a decision. I needed to come up with a resolve in less than 24 hours. I said there was nothing, I don't have a time to make anything else over 24 hours. Really less than 24 hours. When I was running the half the marathon, I made a decision that we're not going to stop. I don't care how long this mile is going to be, these last 2 miles. Because I'm not going to lie, my pace was at like 9 minutes and then it dropped to about 11 minutes per mile, the last 2 miles. But I made a decision in my mind that I was not going to quit. I made a decision in my mind that we were going to finish. I don't care, walk, run, jog. I killed all other options off after I made the decision. I killed the option of staying 4 years, of staying for 3 years. I killed the option of waiting for 24 hours. I killed the option that we were going to quit in the middle of the run. I killed off those other choices. I killed them off. And I stuck to one thing. And pursue. As we are speaking, as this video is being recorded, I'm still pursuing the decision to stay all 4 years. No turning back on that decision. Once I walked out that management department, the pursuit began. The pursuit really began once I left this room and I said, I'm staying all 4 years. After I got confirmation and I leaned on not my own understanding, but on the Lord's understanding, to him to show me what he wanted from me. I made that pursuit and I was not moving away from it. I made the pursuit when I was running that half marathon that we're going to finish. It was no stopping at 13 miles. No, we was going to finish at 13.1 miles. So stop overthinking. Use this framework to help you eliminate those choices, to help you to stop overthinking. I hope this blesses you. Be sure to implement this next time you need to make a decision and you're stuck in overthinking. I hope this blesses you. Stay blessed.